Justin Jordan, man. Let's take me back when you first started Gym Rats. Like, how did you cross paths for like the audience that knows of you, but they really don't know how you started in the Gym Rats program?
So I started in the Gym Rats program. I was in the 5th grade. Speece had just opened up when I was in the 4th grade. So I think it was the year 2000. Um, the whole building smelled like paint for the longest time. My first experience as a kid, I was going into the 4th grade. My cousin played for a team coached by Coach Keith Edmonds. Um, Bunch of local guys. Keith's son was on the team, John Lange, um, Josh. I can't even think of Josh's last name. Went to Northrop. He's a big Penn State guy, All American. They were playing against Robert Vaden and a couple dudes from Municipal Gardens. And I remember they beat my cousin then by like 40.
Wow.
Robert Vaden went to IU. Them dudes were huge. But my first playing experience was I was in the 5th grade, and Speece had this travel league where you play in Terre Haute, Louisville, and then the championship rounds would be in Fort Wayne. And I played with some guys out of Muncie, and we ended up playing against J.R. Sims, Scott Wood, Kevin Bloom. But that was my first experience coming up with gym rats. I was a 5th grader, and then I started playing SAC after that, and then I ended up playing with Speece from the 8th grade all the way through. I finished all the way through high school.
How was it playing with SAC? I heard a lot about like the history of SAC. Like Diesel came through there, like Raphael did. Like, how was that program?
It was good, man. It was just they were just invested in the African American youth at the time. We used to have to go to study tables. We go to study tables at Indiana Tech. We'd eat together as a team. We'd do homework together as a team. Um, I played through them from the 7th and 8th grade for Ray Odom. It was a good experience though. Deshaun's team was really good. Our team was really good. We always traveled together. We get on a big bus, a charter bus, and go. We're going like a few hours at a time. We all go together. But it was a good experience, man. I had a good time. Still got a lot of friendships with the guys that I played with on those teams, and like I said, overall, it was a great experience.
How would you describe yourself as a player, JJ? For those that see you coach now, but they've never seen you play back in the day.
As a player, anybody that knows me knows I could score. I was a really good shooter. Um, get in the paint. I'm also a very good passer. A lot of people don't know that about me, but like I said, around here, everybody would know me as a scorer. But I was blessed and fortunate enough, I had my dad working with me at a young age, and then, like I said, when I got to high school, I had the green light. My high school coach had a lot of confidence in me, and he wanted me to score a lot, and I was just fortunate enough to be put in a good situation. And then same thing with college. So
Um, how do you would you thrive in how the game is today? Back in the day, how your offense was?
lots of threes. Yeah, I think I'd be
Yeah,
I think I'd be all right. I think
yeah.
I'd be a really good catch and shoot guy. But again, I was good enough to where I could break people down and get to the basket. But I think I'd be all right in this game.
How do you see the game of basketball like changing right now from a coach perspective?
It's something different every time I watch. Like I know when I was getting into college, people started using a lot of ball screens. The ball screen was huge. Now I feel like everybody's leaning towards lots of threes, especially in college for girls, women and men's really. It's a lot of fast break transition, and everybody wants to get a three. Um, you don't really see a lot of traditional big men nowadays, which is sad. But I mean, I feel like everybody wants to shoot a three now and step out, and everybody wants to handle the basketball. So
No, no question. And speaking of like coaching, you are the head coach at Whitco, head women's basketball coach, correct? At their high school. What made you get into like women's basketball and not coach guys?
So about 6 years ago, I was still in college playing, and I was just kind of getting ready to finish up school. And Bernard had his stuff going on at Sport One, and he wanted me to come out and work with some of the kids out there, and it was mostly girls. Um, I'd been away from the game for a while. Like I said, I kind of shied away when I hurt myself, but I kind of just got thrown into it. I was working with these girls. I loved it. And then the following summer, he called me randomly and had me coaching a team. And then since then, I've been coaching girls. And
Wow.
I started off as a high school. In high school, I was a varsity boys assistant for 3 years.
I mean,
So
how is that like coaching for those that's thinking about getting into the business? Like, how did you feel when you got your first coaching opportunity? Like, this is your team to coach.
Well, honestly, like if you're a soft-spoken person, I'm a pretty soft-spoken person. Once you get to know me, you have
Yeah,
to, especially when you're coaching girls and kids, you have to literally tell them exactly what to do. I know as you're coaching a girl, if you tell a girl to go run through that wall, she'll probably do it. A girl's gonna do
right.
exactly what you tell her to do. But honestly, it's a learning experience. Like I said, the first year I had David Goodwell, Reggie, and Charles Phillips. They had all coached, so I got to watch them a little bit. Julius, so really I was a student. I watched them, and then I got back to my roots from when I was coached by my pops or Jared or Todd or Chris or somebody or Brian, and I kind of just remembered how they would do certain things. But like I said, with girls, you have to take a different approach. But at the end of the day, when you're coaching kids, as long as they know that you care and that you got their best interest, they'll play hard for you and do whatever.
Where do you see the landscape of grassroots basketball going right now?
I think it's in a good position. Like I said, there's so much more more for the kids that we didn't have when we played. Like you got to think about
No question.
all the social media and the stuff that they have. Like I know when I played for Indy Heat, we didn't have an EYBL. It was just starting to form. Like we had the Bob Givens, the Real Deal on the Hill. We had like the big exposure tournaments, but we didn't have like the Nike and the Adidas circuits and all that. And I think with all that's doing for the kids, like it's giving them more of a platform to perform. And I mean, it helps. It's probably easy for the colleges too, because they can go get to see these kids. But I think it's the way it's evolving. It's pretty cool. So
Yeah, speaking of the EYBL, I think it's really cool. And like I said, you have the Gauntlet, you have Under Armour Circuit, and all those other really like competitive brands that have their own like tournaments and stuff when the AAU season comes. But like the fact that coaches can just pin out like we're going to go to this circuit,
yeah,
you know what I mean, and try to catch these calibers of players. Is it the same thing on the women's side as well for
it's
grassroots?
it's a little different. The girls, I feel like the girls have it. I won't say easier, but it's a little different for them. It's more for them to get seen. Like they have the Run for the Roses every year in Louisville, where they have over 900 teams. And
Wow.
I don't know if do you remember playing at the
No,
center in
I
Louisville?
remember playing it. Yeah, it's like where the Kentucky Derby and like just I remember I have an idea.
So this guy has a tournament there for like 9 days. He has two of the biggest tournaments. He gets over 900 teams. So he's got oh he's getting over 800 colleges to come. So as a college coach, you're sitting there at court 5 watching one kid, and then in an hour, all you have to do is get up and go walk to court 15 to go watch this kid. So which
Right.
at the EYBL, it's like that too. But you might see a kid, you might be walking and see a kid that you didn't have on your notes that might be a 50 mile within a 50-mile radius of your school, and you're like, oh, I didn't even know this kid was. So I feel like the girls is a little different. They have they probably have a little better. They're probably in a better position. But the girls also have the EYBL and the Under Armour and the Adidas. I know both of those things are evolving. I know Under Armour for the girls is starting to really take off, but I know the Nike is real set. They're starting to expand. I know they do their Peach Jam for girls is Nike Nationals in Chicago, and it's
Really?
downtown. Yeah, it's downtown. It's pretty cool, man. Like I said, they
I've never heard of it. That's why I said I'm gonna start filming more on the girls circuit.
yeah, their championships are in Chicago, and their 16 and 17s play like they have like a big like it's lights are on the stage and it's the main event. Like KD went to the one before when they won the championship and gave the winning team his new shoe. it was dope, man. Like I said, the girls, they're starting to do it right for the girls. So
That's all. I hope that hopefully, COVID passed and we're able to have that same experience that you just described, because that'll be really sick.
yeah, yeah, it's
Uh,
dope.
J, JJ, I want you to talk about Time to Ball, man. You're the director of your AAU program, man. Talk about that for people who don't know about the program.
Yeah, so this is my second year with the program. I'm the director. Me and David Goodwill were both
Shout
directors
out to
together.
Goodwill, man.
Yeah, goody. Yeah, so this is our second year. We had last year we had 5 teams. This year we got 4. We're working on a 5th right now. We had 2 high school teams and we had 3 middle school teams. Our 21s finished up. We had 8 girls, and out of the 8 girls, we got 6 girls that are going to college for free. We have a girl that was on the team that played up, that's in the 22 class, and she's getting interest. And then we got one girl that didn't want to play college basketball, but 6 girls got scholarship offers, and they all have committed, and they're all getting ready to sign their letter of intents within the next weeks or so. So
That's
that
awesome.
yeah, it was great, especially with COVID and all this stuff with the live stream events we went to. The girls were able to get seen, and then we actually had 2 of our 23s get offers. Our 23s are pretty good. They're a lot of size and a lot of length on there and a lot of talent. But we also got a lot of young talent coming up through these middle school teams too as well. So it's been great, man. We're Nike sponsored, and like I said, me and Goody, we're just trying to develop these girls and put them in the best possible situation. It's been awesome.
How does that make you feel as a director, like when, your players are getting this notoriety and scholarship offers and, getting ready to sign a letter of intent?
It's a great feeling, man. Because like I said, when we first started this, we had a lot of people questioning why we left. Um, we're from where we were coming from. They a lot of people downplayed us, and like I said, now we've got a lot of people reaching out to us, wanting us to, do more. But me and Goody, like I said, we're just trying to better the girls. We're not doing it for the money. Like I said, we're trying to help these kids out. So um, I know right now there's parents and stuff that are still trying to figure out what they're trying to do with their kids, and I know as a parent it's tough because like I said, you want to do what's best for your daughter, but at the end of the day, some people don't always have their best interests and aren't genuine. So we just try to,
For
we're
sure.
always upfront. And then, like I said, we just go from there. But like I said, how me and Goody are. We don't sugarcoat anything, and we're gonna give
Right.
you 100%.
Pretty straightforward. No
Yeah.
question. Last question I have for you, JJ. What advice would you give some of the young kids, whether it's a girl or boy, trying to, pursue their collegiate career, but due to COVID, it sucks for a lot of, student athletes who are in high school. And if you're 2021, I'm pretty sure you know as well that, players get another eligibility
Yeah.
for like next season. What
I
advice would you give those players that's going
I
through
would say
like
just
struggling right
stay.
now?
Yeah, I would say just stay in the gym. Any trainer or your high school coach, anybody that's in your corner, use them as much as you can. Stay in the gym, stay in shape. In any type of game film you have, send that out to any coach. And if there's any type of showcase, I would get in as much stuff as you can as possible, especially if you're trying to go play at the next level. And also you gotta listen to the people in your corner. Sometimes your people in your corner, they're gonna tell you the advice that is good for you, but at the end, sometimes it's not the stuff that you want to hear. How it is when you're 17. You don't
Yeah,
want to hear. You got to just take that stuff in
right.
stride. Those at the end of the day, those people got your best interest. So that's what I would say to a kid. That's what I tell kids that I train now. Listen to what we're saying. Just take it in stride and go from there.
JJ, appreciate you coming on a podcast. I'm glad Gym Rats Nation can check you out and learn more about you, because I'm pretty sure they always see you around the gym when you're at Sport One and Time to Ball. And I think that's a perfect opportunity for them to get to know you.
Oh yeah, I'm a gym rat through and through. I always hold it down for them.
Right.